Okay.
Neutral Zone Infraction / that Mediocre Sports Show. We're still in Cincinnati. New week. New week.
It's a new week again. Another week going by.
Terrible game. The Bengals got killed.
It was sad.
Anyway, we made that up. So we're going to discuss.
We really don't know.
We don't know.
We didn't even make it into the stadium.
We don't know. They wouldn't let us in.
They wouldn't let us in.
We're going to discuss something.
Yeah. You want to know how you keep a Bengal from attacking you? Go into the end zone.
Oh, that's bad.
There we go. Take that. That's for losing, jerks.
What if they can?
Huh?
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
Okay, so now we're going to discuss something we don't ever discuss.
Basketball.
Right, it's a real sport.
We do it. We do enjoy it.
And I don't watch it. You like it.
I play it badly, but I play it.
Not even mediocre.
Not badly.
But we were thinking the
Golden State Warriors
and the Spurs mostly the Golden State Warriors are on a pace to beat the Bulls.
Yep, to beat the Bulls, 72 victories in the season.
And the Celtics, they had 69 in the season once. I'm sure the Lakers have been in there.
I think the Lakers had a 70-win season.
Oh, they did, but that was back in the day of
what, George Mikan?
No, what's the other?
Will Chamberlain.
Thank you. Our guy that gives us all the information sucks.
He's still in the stadium.
So, I think they probably will do it. They're a team that's just kicking butt. But I'm going to tell you something. If anybody that I don't care if they do it. If you ever compare this team and how they would do against the Bulls that won the 6 championships, the Bulls would kill them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You agree?
Oh, absolutely.
This new NBA is nothing like.
Oh, can you imagine Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan would shut down Steph Curry.
Yep.
Michael Jordan does not get the credit for being a great defensive player that he was, but he was intense on defense as well as offense. Steph Curry would not just get to rain threes. It's like
it would be trash
Jordan would shut him down.
And again, I don't want to take anything away, but yeah, I'm going to take a little away from San Antonio. It was just a different era. It really was. I mean, Tim Duncan didn't quite play in that era, but he was at the end.
He was at the end of that era.
And I would like to say I'm amazed with that man. He has 5 championships.
He does have 5 championships, and the team is playing well enough again this year to have a chance to get to a 6th. They really do.
I wouldn't mind seeing him get 6.
I would not mind seeing Tim Duncan get 6 because he's been a class act his whole career. He's never caused problems.
He's never come to Colorado and attempted to.
Yeah,
Kobe, you know you were bad.
Kobe. Watch it. But, I mean, I really think the Golden State Warriors can actually get that 73 victories. I think they can get it. I don't think the NBA is that strong. I think their team is stronger than most of
Would they shut it down, though, and try to rest their players?
No. That team, because they are young, that team wants the record. They've even talked about wanting that record. They want to play for that. That's a goal for them. So they want to do that. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers still stand in your way with LeBron James. You still have that. The San Antonio Spurs are not just going to lay down just because But I think in the regular season, those teams are not going to be as intense, and this 73 wins can happen. But I actually believe, and this is part of the reason why Golden State is so intense, is because I'm one of those people that believes that once they get to the playoffs, a healthy San Antonio or a healthy Cleveland will beat the Golden State Warriors, even if they get 73 wins.
You think Cleveland's going to beat anybody in the championship?
If Cleveland is healthy. Remember, last year they weren't healthy. They had injuries. Kyrie Irving was injured. They did not have their starting point guard. He was injured. Kevin Love was injured, their starting power forward. 2 guys that are all-star players were injured. They are healthy this year. Kyrie Irving just came back and looked real good.
Okay, that's fair.
So if that team is healthy, that team is really good, especially with LeBron James.
Well, yeah, I don't give Cleveland enough credit just because of and people don't give LeBron enough credit because he's lost championships.
He has lost championships. He's not good. He's not Jordan, but boy, LeBron is good.
Well, Jordan didn't lose any championships. However, Jordan's teams did have to play the Celtics, the 76ers, and the Pistons to get to where they needed to get.
Yeah.
And those teams were brutal back in the in the late...
Oh, those Bad Boys Pistons?
Late
There was a
80s,
reason they were called the Bad Boys.
Late 80s, early 90s. I mean, they really were. So, it was, like I said, a whole different era. But I would like to see LeBron win one with Cleveland, personally. I wouldn't mind seeing San Antonio win one. I have nothing against the Warriors. I like them.
No, I don't have anything against the Warriors either. I really don't. I like that they are going to go for this record, and they've said they're going to go for it. I like that.
The only one I ever hear about is Steph Curry. I don't know a lot about basketball, so I'm just going to tell you that straight up. And a lot of you know I don't know a lot about football, but probably more than you. I'm just kidding. But I'm thinking, Steph Curry's. Who else is on that team?
Green. There's a guy. He's already had 6 triple-doubles this year. 6 triple-doubles. I mean, the guy's playing pretty dang good himself.
Don't you
Draymond Green.
Okay. Don't you need in the NBA? Has it been proven that you almost need 3 superstars?
Draymond Green is a really good player.
Okay.
I mean, he really is a good. And Bogut, when he's healthy, is a really good player in the middle. So they have some really talented players, but for the most part, they have one superstar, and his name is Steph Curry, and he will reign it from anywhere. And, they said it last year. Well, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. A shooting team like that can't win a championship. Guess what? That shooting team, they won a championship. But a healthy Cleveland team or a healthy Spurs team, I still think is better than the Golden State Warriors.
Well, the Spurs would have to play them in the conference.
They would have to play them in the conference finals. But if they're healthy, I think San Antonio would beat them, and then I think it would be San Antonio versus Cleveland. The Clippers are a team that always gives San Antonio fits. If the Clippers play San Antonio, they give them fits.
I forgot about that. They beat them last year in the first round.
They give them fits. They are a team that just matches up well with San Antonio.
God, I forget. The Clippers, they're on paper a great-looking team.
They are a great team. They've got DeAndre Jordan. They've got Blake Griffin. They've got Chris Paul. They've got very good players on their team. So it's tough.
That's interesting. Yeah. I was just thinking of, and you can see the buffering sign in my head because I lost my train of thought, but because I was too eager to interrupt you. But
good job, Sean.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I forgot about the Clippers though. Them and I was going to say San Antonio does play really well, and then sometimes they get to the postseason. And that was someone honking at us trying to get in the stadium.
Still, there's nothing to play for in that stadium anymore.
No, I mean, they do get there. The Clippers, or not the Clippers, the Spurs have been known to get there like last year and get beat in the first round. Although I got to say, the NBA, I don't know how they do these things, but that game should have been a later round game. That was crazy.
The Spurs versus the Clippers should have been, but it wasn't. No. I mean, it was a first round.
What about your Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, okay, if Oklahoma City can stay healthy, that's another team that's really good. Because if Durant can stay healthy and Westbrook can stay healthy, those are 2 really, really, really good players. They've got some decent pieces around them, like Serge Ibaka's pretty good.
You know more about basketball than I ever knew. I got to watch our show for this, maybe.
But it's like they do have a pretty good team themselves. The problem is Durant, his feet are iffy. They are just very, very iffy.
He's not that old. What happened?
No, he's a 7-foot guy whose feet are going bad. And you just know that when you're that tall and your feet start going out, it's never usually a good thing.
We should patent a basketball court. I know you got to play it on the wood, but it's spongy. So when they run, it's like...
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like it is hard to run on those hardwood floors for your whole career. I mean, you've been doing it since you were a little kid to get to this point in the NBA. Yeah, it's been tough.
They should make the floors out of like a...
I want to say the name real quick. Kevin Willis.
Oh. Okay, quickly. We had a question today. Go ahead.
We had a question today. The 2 NBA players that have played the longest, the most seasons in NBA history.
And I said...
You said Robert Parrish pretty quick.
I did. And
he's one of them, 21 years.
And I was going, okay, Kevin Garnett. And our boss, Brandon, goes, no.
And Kevin Garnett's 20.
And I was getting a little ticked at him.
Yeah.
Not ticked, but I was a little disappointed.
Because you went, no.
I was getting frustrated. Because then I said, okay, then I said Kobe. 20 years. He goes... I'm like, wait, dude, this is 20 years. You're talking 20.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 20 years.
He went, Well, that's wrong. I mean, but it's true. And I'm sitting here going, are we going to have to go back to the Jordan Micah days? Was there a guy? Well, there was a guy, and we took all the hints. Randy finally got it.
It took forever.
It took.
So this guy played 21 years in the NBA. He started out his first 10 or 11 were in Atlanta, and could not figure him. Knew somebody good played with Dominique back in those days. Couldn't remember him. And finally, he even had to give us the initials. I mean, we were getting so desperate.
He gave us the division.
He gave us
everything, not division. He gave
not
us
the division, but he did give us. He told us every team this guy ever played for, and Denver was one of them. He played for the Nuggets for a year.
And he came out. Was he drafted in '84?
He was drafted in '84 by the Atlanta Hawks
and played his last year in 2006.
Yeah. And
now you're out there in TV land, Googling right now, all two of you, and that's not cool. You should try to guess this. And
I've already said it. Remember, I said the name earlier.
Some of our people aren't that bright.
That's true. They're not paying attention.
They're not paying attention.
But
they might not have understood it.
Forever. And it's like I was about to give up, and I
officially did give up. I said I give up.
And I jokingly said the name Kevin White, and he sits there and he goes, well, Kevin is right. And I said, Kevin Willis.
Yep.
I did not think he played 21 years. Kevin Willis.
All the
players in NBA history, Kevin Willis played 21 seasons.
That's amazing.
That is amazing for a guy that was a starter in his early career. He was good in his early career, really good. Then became a backup center, power forward for the most part, and was a journeyman, played for a lot of teams.
You know, I just thought...
And he was a very good player, but 21 years, 20 and
quickly,
long time.
I'm going to switch to the NFL real quick, if you don't mind. How do you feel about a team moving to LA, and which team would you like to see?
They're actually, all three of those teams put in bids to move to LA. All three of them did. St. Louis, San Diego, and Oakland. All three teams put in.
$550 million relocation fee?
Yep, and they all three put in their bids. They want to move. All three of them put in. Here's the problem, and I'll tell you this. Two of them are going to be there. It'll be San Diego and Oakland. St. Louis will end up staying in St. Louis. San Diego and Oakland are gone.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I think if it's going to be two teams, it should be Oakland and St. Louis, and San Diego should stay in San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with Oakland leaving. You've already got the 49ers there.
And Oakland, they don't draw in Oakland unless they're really, really good. They don't draw. I mean, it's like we saw the Oakland Raiders were actually a decent team this year. They played pretty well. They won 6 or 7 games, and that's better than they've been.
Yep. And they're going to be good.
They are going to be good. Derek Carr, Amari Cooper, I think Lamont Murray is their running back. They are going to be a good team, and it's going to suck for the Broncos.
That dude that sacked Brock 4 times.
Oh, Khalil Mack. Oh, that guy is good. So you're talking the Raiders are going to be a good team. They are starting to come up. Their general manager came out of the Green Bay organization, and he is a pretty good
So you're going to have the LA Raiders and the LA Chargers.
LA Chargers.
They don't have a bad ring to it. The LA Chargers sound fine.
But I just don't think all three teams are going to make it. I think St. Louis, they'll come up with something in the 0 hour for St. Louis to stay in St. Louis. The fans do want them to stay. Hopefully they come up with something. But if it was me, I'd want to see the Rams and the Raiders in LA. San Diego, I think, should stay in San Diego.
I kind of agree with you, but who knows what'll happen with that. I did think that was interesting. I didn't realize I read that $550 million relocation fee, which I got to ask myself if I want to move. Does that move? Where does that money go? Does it go towards me getting a stadium? Because that's half a stadium.
That is half a stadium. That's a lot of money. But supposedly LA is building you a stadium. So
who am I paying $550 million to?
The NFL.
I don't like it.
You are paying the NFL $550 million to move. So the owners will get to split your $550 million.
I'm an owner. Do I get it? If I was an owner.
No, your cut is taken out, basically.
Oh, I was going to say, so maybe I got my cut.
No, your cut is already taken out on the $550 million.
That's an outrageous amount of money for it. And maybe it should be high. It
should be high so that they don't move all the time.
Yeah.
That's why the NFL does it. It's a high number so that you don't sit there and move every 5 years. Because come up with $550 million, it's not easy.
The Raiders should have never left L.A.
I have to wrap this up here pretty quick.
Well, on that note, hopefully we'll see you guys back in Denver. Cincinnati.
It's cold and snowy still.
It's cold and snowy. Oh.
And it's like all the snow is melting off the car.
And Bengals fans, hang in there.
Buck up, buddies.
You guys have a really good team, and there's always next year.
Always next year.
We could look really stupid.
We could, but who cares?
Who cares?
If the Bengals won, go Bengals.
Go Bengals. We're out.